My name's Daryl Calder. I'm a principal at Studio Pacific Architecture from Wellington, New Zealand. We're a practice that was founded in 1992 by three founding directors, Evgen, Stephen and Nick, and we work completely from Wellington, so we're a single office model, but we do work all throughout New Zealand. Probably about 40% of it is in Wellington itself, and the rest of it's distributed throughout the country. I'm now principal at the company, but I still maintain active use of ARCHICAD on my projects. And the reason for that is it gives me a great understanding of the spatial qualities of the project, but also helps me understand the potential for improving our workflows on projects. As all our new graduates come through, they have new skill sets, and it's good to be in touch with what they're up to. We enjoy our diverse mix of project types, and with that comes a lot of challenges. But that also gives us lots of opportunities to express our creativity in dealing with those challenges. We've been working in 3D since 1995, completely fully. Something our clients often, in New Zealand, the client market is much more driven for three-dimensional coordination and clash-free models for tender, because that's where they currently see the biggest risks. So the great thing about ARCHICAD is it's very interoperable with other softwares. So we currently use Fusor as an add-on to ARCHICAD. It's integrated with that. It's a couple of buttons clicking from ARCHICAD to visualise it in this fully immersive virtual reality world. And what that's really done for us is it's allowed our clients to understand the spatial qualities of our projects much earlier in the process. And we were concerned that they might have done the same thing they did with BIMX and focus on details that weren't actually applicable. But because it's such a fully immersive three-dimensional sensation of space, that it is much easier to have those conversations around, the scale of proportions and heights of the things we're trying to, and interrelationships of spaces that we're trying to do. So the virtual reality process also allows us to minimise the amount of time we might spend preparing presentation material in the traditional sense. So while we still do lots of sketching and drawing to support our design work, that fully immersive VR experience allows those key decisions to be made much quicker and they're agreed on by the client with much more certainty, which then gives us more time to actually spend on design rather than preparing documentation for communication purposes. So one of my key projects at the moment is actually the Museum and Convention Centre in Wellington, and that is a slightly strange combination of a convention centre for Wellington City mixed with a film museum that's going to display the work of Weta Workshop and Peter Jackson. So it might sound like a bit of a strange mix, but actually it's something that Wellington is kind of almost renowned for, is putting unusual things together and actually making a success of it. So the design for the Museum Convention Centre, although highly organic in respects, is actually 99% modelled completely in ARCHICAD, with just a small aspect of it currently modelled in Rhino. I think we're looking to advance our workflow process and really keen on using the Rhino Grasshopper connection for ARCHICAD in the development of this design as it moves forward. One of the other key projects we've worked on recently is it's called Hatake, which is an exhibition room for the national treasures, the founding documents for New Zealand, including the Treaty of Waitangi. And this is quite a unique form that has been generated between Rhino and ARCHICAD. It was a model that ended up being an ARCHICAD, but the original concept model was produced with Rhino, because it's basically a very simple timber box that is a jewel box to hold these treasured documents. And then the inside of it is carved out with a very organic curvature of surface. And the whole thing was this was a process where our CAD model was taken on by the subcontractors, who then produced cutting schedules and things to use 5-axis routers to carve out the inside out of solid blocks of laminated up timber. So it's quite a beautiful and rich and warm experience. You feel very cocooned within it. Yeah, as we started in ARCHICAD in 1995, and our relationship with CAD Image in New Zealand has been very strong throughout that time, and they've given us a good high level of support. And they have an online log a ticket with them system, and the beauty about that for us is it provides us with a consistent point of contact and focused response to particular issues. But coming to GRAPHISOFT conference here in Budapest has been really amazing to just really hear it from the top levels that the commitment of GRAPHISOFT to its customers, and the willingness to just, if needed, bring someone over to New Zealand to help us out with specific issues. So it's been really encouraging to hear that as well.